Family, greetings, welcome back to my channel. In this particular video, I would like to discuss the Peter Nygard controversy, which has recently erupted once again. Peter Nygard has been arrested for charges of human trafficking and sexual abuse. And several of the women who have lodged this complaint against him are actually from the Bahamas. And it's for this reason that I felt it's important that I make a follow-up video to further highlight some issues which I have actually identified. Okay, family. I watched a documentary which was recently released by CNBC, in which Peter Nygard's personal cameraman gave some very vivid details about what took place at the Nygard mansion here in the Bahamas. I was completely awestruck and dumbfounded that the level of debauchery which was able to be orchestrated took place under the watchful eyes of politicians, of community leaders, and even foreigners who were actually contracted to do jobs at the Nygard mansion. Okay, now previously we were under the impression that Mr. Nygard had orchestrated all of this via some unscrupulous henchmen, and people were just oblivious. People were able to be silenced, or even in some cases blinded, by a few targeted donations. Okay, family. But what I would like to say, Peter Nygard's cameraman has basically given evidence against him to clear his own name. Alright? And I said that because the cameraman, according to the accounts that he gave to the reporters, is just as complicit as everybody else who was at the mansion taking part in these activities. Okay, the cameraman told of instances in which he was recording for the night, and he would get a signal from Peter Nygard which meant that he should stop recording, right? And it's at this point that when he stops recording, Peter Nygard would take a few of the women, or maybe one of the women who was heavily drugged. He would then take them up the stairs to his lair. Alright, family. And so, in any other set of circumstances, I believe this constitutes being an accomplice. The fact that he's telling stories now for the international news media should not cause him to be completely exonerated in all of this. Alright, they spoke about security guards who worked for Peter Nygard, who actually had to run after and capture several women who would have tried to escape. Even some of them may have escaped with no clothing on at all, just desperately trying to escape this sick atmosphere. Alright, and some of his employees told of these women being physically pulled away from the fence or away from the wall and taken back to Peter Nygard in his quarters. And so, family, what I'm describing is a very serious set of circumstances, and I think, it should not be simply swept under the rug in the way that it's been swept under the rug in the Bahamas. Okay, because ultimately, these women were victims. These women were drugged. Somebody had to acquire the drugs. Somebody had to acquire the alcohol. Somebody had to get the permit for the activities to take place.